Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly forecast. Last week we discussed about some Aussie and New Zealand dollar pairs because we are looking for possible bounce trades and trade in the retracement. Because we had really big moves. Right now it looks like price didn't retrace, but it's breaking those levels, and we have continuation of those trends. So let's check what we have. The first pair is Aussie yen. What we see on the weekly chart is that price was struggling here around this area, and here was resistance level. It will be more visible on the daily chart. Right now we have breakout and price is going up. The next level, possible level, might be 600 and 200 EMA. We still might get like 100 pips, and we also have resistance area around those EMAs. So price might continue to go, and maybe here we'll see the reaction. We still see that price was spiking around these levels. If we have breakout of this, the next weekly is here level, so we can target this area and of course the previous highs as a long-term target. So let's go to the lower time frames, and we see that price is close to the 600 on the daily also, so we might have some reactions for the possible retracement, and this is what we would like to see. First retracement and then possible continuation of this up move. If we check this resistance, which I said before, we see that price was struggling here. We had like double top, we had this reaction, price didn't continue. We were expecting to see this continuation of this range and another move to the support level, but the price broke this and it's going up. So like I said, we are close to the 683 EMA, so we might have reaction because this was quite a powerful breakout. What we would like to see is at least some retracement, ideally back to the 36 on the 4-hour chart, and then we can still look for possible long entries. If we see that if price retrace, we might get really nice risk reward 100 pips. So we have to wait at least for this, and then of course 4-hour chart as a late entry or lower time frame combinations, or we can go with the momentum. Right now we see that it was like a big breakout, but we need also see here retracement back at least to the 36 EMA. I personally would like to see on the 4-hour chart retracement because it looks a little bit cleaner than 1-hour chart, because what we see here, we had like only big move, range, and another big move. Maybe we will get again range and another move, so it will be better to get the 4-hour chart retracement in this pair, especially that we have the 683 EMA, or even deeper retracements, which is still possible, back to the daily 36 and daily trend line, and then continuation of this up move. Aussie dollar, US dollar, this is also breaking our resistance level, where we discussed that price might bounce and we will get continuation of this down move. But of course we also said that if price decide to go up, we might have bigger retracement because of this move, and no bigger retracement at all. So what we have is the resistance area here, so we still have another 100 pips in case if price wants to break this. The long-term target might be here even, yes, with the 200 EMA. This might be really good zone. Of course in between we also find some resistance zones. So when we go to the daily chart, also here we see that price is right now on the 200 EMA, maybe some reactions. Ideally, of course, like always, daily retracement back to our profit zone and then continuation, but price might easily go back to this level. So what we would like to see is of course retracement on the lower time frames right now, because we had those breakouts like on the previous pair. We can just wait for the retracement, look for longs, and if we go to the 1-hour chart, exactly the same. This is a little bit better chart on the 1-hour time frame than Aussie yen, but retracement we still would like to see back to this area here, and then of course we can still take the longs on this pair. Let's check how it looks on the Renko charts, and on the Renko charts we see exactly more or less the same, that price went down right now, broke the 36 and is going up. So if we check the resistance level on the Renko charts, we will see that this one is around this level, and of course we have like on the previous chart this one here, so we have exactly the same level, and in between, like I said, we have something here, but I would still, if price decide to break this, I would still target this area. So let's go to the lower settings. Of course, like on the previous chart, Heikin-Ashi, we would like to see retracements first, and then retracement here, then bounce, and possible long scenarios. If we go to the M12, so 12 pips per box, exactly the same retracement back to the 36, we would like to take the action. And if we check the M6, here we had, it's M6 is for the intraday traders. We had this first scenario, and this is good example, because if we go to the 1 hour chart, we will see that we had this breakout and no setups to jump in. And on the Renko charts, what we see, we had this break, we had the retracement, we had the setup. Right now the first target would be hit, yes? So we wait patiently for another move. And what we can do, we can wait for another one, for another setup here with trend line like this, maybe to the line, maybe to the 36, and then again with M3 combinations, yes, so with the lower time frames, because it's we are after the move, so that's why we would like to take action on the lower settings or time frames to achieve the win-win scenario really quick. Euro Aussie, it's again pair connected to Aussie, so we will get a more or less the same moves, but the thing is that it's still going down. And our next support level, because previously price was also on the support, we were discussing possible bounces, yes, and bigger retracement, but it looks like it's still going down. We can try to target those lows here. This whole area, by the way, is the support level. If we look, this whole zone, so price might go, maybe we'll get spikes, maybe we'll go to the EMAs here, 200, 600, which is really good level. We can just leave the line in the middle, knowing that this is area of the support. So if we see that price is volatile like here right now, again it's close to 600, we might have reaction, but first what we need to see to trade on this pair, also retracement. We can go to the daily, yes, and then we can look for the short entries on the 4 hour chart, exactly the same. We can check if we have any good line on the 4 hour time frame. We will see that this is really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches of this trend line, so really powerful line. So if you see that price is here, yes, then it's really good zone to look for the sells. Of course, those are late sells. We have to remember price already moved a lot, like almost 1000 pips. So please remember that this is late. And 1 hour chart for intraday traders, it looks like price is making the double bottom right now. So still on this pair, I would personally wait for 4 hour chart retracement to the 36, to the trend line, and then look for the sells on the lower time frames or late bounce entries on the Euro Aussie here on the 4 hour chart on the trend line. Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand is right now on the 200 EMA, so again we might get some reactions on this pair. Let's check what is our next support level for this pair, and the next level is here. So we still have another like maybe 200 pips possible move. We are on the support right now because we have the 200 EMA. Of course, the horizontal level was broken here, so we had like breakout of this area. Again, we were looking for long bounce entries and some retracement, but price is there is continuation, so we might get moved back to this level here. Daily chart, really steep move, that's why you are waiting for possible longs. It's going down. We have the trend line like this, retracements of course, and then short entries. So like on previous pairs, it's exactly more or less the same. Yes, the behavior of this pair is more or less the same because it's all connected. New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar is more or less connected. We have this. Yes, short entries on the Euro New Zealand after retracements again. 1 hour chart, exactly like Euro Aussie. It's playing around right now, so it's better, it's safer even, guys, to look for this and then look for the sells. We had aggressive scenario here. Maybe with the lower time frame combinations we can check. It was like breakout, so let's check if there was something, but I don't think so. If we combine this with the lower time frames, we'll have to go to the 15-minute. We had on the 15-minute we had this setup here, so entry, stop loss like above the 200 to protect ourselves. 35 pips right now. Price moved almost 200. Really good risk reward. Right now our bonus lot should be managed. So with the 35 pips stop loss we can gain like almost 200 pips. Right now probably bonus lot will be locked in the 100. So really good opportunity. We would like to take this on the lower time frames because this was on the more or less on the support on the previous lows. So that's why with low risk, lower time frames to achieve targets much faster. Cable, it's still playing around on the support level. If we see the weekly chart, we will get this really nice level of the some support. Of course, pound is a little bit unpredictable because of the Brexit. The next support level is here, so in case of the breakout we might get really powerful move. Right now price is playing around. Here we see this in much details on the daily chart. Yes, if we check, price didn't touch exactly this, so I would like to see another spike. And if we see that price is reacting, then we can take long bounce entries on this pair and target this trend line here with the 200 EMA. So if we see that price is rejecting this, then we might have moved again to 400 pips on this pair to target the trend line. And if price is breaking, then definitely good scenario to look for the sells. So how we can jump in right now, unfortunately 4-hour time frame doesn't look good. We will check this on the Renkos. Maybe on the Renkos will looks a little bit better. I would like to see another spike. It will be perfect scenario to take the longs, of course, to see another spike, and then from this point after trendline breakout look for retracements and then take the long entries and target even this. This would be the perfect situation. If we don't have it, then with a little bit lower risk, what we can do, again we have to wait for at least the trendline breakout. We have a little bit of the resistance here, but because we are here is the resistance. But because we are taking this as a aggressive bounce entry, ideally what we would like to see is the breakout of this resistance also, not only after the trendline break but also the resistance, to see like the clean higher high, something like here, and then take the action. Yes, this would be the perfect option. That's why I would like to see another spike, because then it will be easier to take this trade. Right now it looks like price is spiking, so maybe we'll get another move. And of course short entries, if you see breakouts, then look for the hour 1 to 3s and then take the action. So let's check quickly what we have on the Renko chart here. Maybe we will see something different, but I don't think so. We have support level, we see this spike. Our trend line is here, or different angle like this here, but here we also have 3 touches, so we have to think about this line. And if we go, of course, if we on the Renko charts, unfortunately trend lines are funny sometimes. What we see, range also on the Renko chart, so it doesn't look nicer. And what we what we have to do, we see that we have the 36 EMA here. We can draw trend line like this. So what we have to do is again to wait for at least breakout of this area here. Yes, and ideally also if we check the Renko charts, we need to see higher highs. So if you get this on the M12, higher high, higher low, possible line maybe like this, then you can take the action. Yes. So remember about those small details. And the last pair is New Zealand dollar, US dollar, which was also on the resistance. I was hoping really to get this bounce because this resistance was nice, and we discussed this. We see this resistance spikes on the lower time frames. We will see how price was fighting, but right now it's breakout and price is going up again. So the next possible level here is the next resistance. And we have also EMAs, 200 and 600 CHV EMAs. So price might also touch this level, but resistance is a little bit earlier, and we have also the next resistance here, so above the EMA. So we see where are our targets. We go to the daily chart, and we had this reaction, guys, you see, but we were expecting a little bigger reaction back to our profit zone, which was the 36 EMA, or back to the trend line, yes, and then another continuation. But price just bounced on the 12 EMA, and it's going up. So we see that on the daily we have the resistance with the 600 CHV EMA also, which might be another possible good area for price to react. If you go to the 4-hour chart, it's like on the previous pairs, we need to wait for retracements on this pair. Yes, we had this breakout. It looked like the double top, but price right now is breaking. So what we need to see, retracement back to the 36 EMA. If you get the 4-hour chart 1 to 3, then you can easily go and take the longs. If we go to the 1-hour time frame, exactly the same. Retracement first, and then look for the late entries. Yes, late. We have to remember that. So you can combine this with the lower time frames or with the Renko charts. If you see that price is on the profit zone, then you can go to the Renkos and look for the setups. We can quickly check how it looks on the Renko, and on the Renkos we exactly have the resistance level more or less around this area. The next area is a little bit higher here. So here we also see that price is going up. We had the resistance, previous resistance, which was broken. We see the reaction here. We go to the 200. We see also here we had this small reaction, and now price is going up. We have the white candles. So what we need to see is again the retracement back to the 36 EMA, also on the Renko charts. Yes, if we see the setup, we can take the longs, and if we go to the M6, it will be exactly the same. Wait at least for the retracement back to the 36. We have the nice line here, so maybe even to this line on the M6. Yes, back to here, back to the 36, and then this setting. Or if you see that price is here, you switch to the M3 setting. Let me show you. I don't know if it we go to the M3 settings, and what you need to see is like price is reacting, is not breaking, and you simply wait for 1 to 3 here, and then you can take the action. Yes, so this is how you can combine those time frames, those settings. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Wish you great trading week, and of course talk to you soon. Bye.